Hello there, I'm the Biblical Translator, and today I wanted to talk about the Ten Commandments. Ten Commandments were put in place to give us some kind of guidance on how to live and how to live a loving and productive life. Over the years, with them trying to get rid of Christianity, trying to get rid of the Bible, trying to get rid of religion, these key guidance factors have been almost obliterated and made a mockery of. And the reason why they were put in place was so that we'd have a way of building ourselves to be good people. And why would words that have been designed to improve us, to make us into better people, be ignored, be denied, be banned from schools? So the Ten Commandments, I'm just going to summarize them. I am the Lord your God, thou shalt have no other gods before me. For the Lord thy God is a jealous God. So what this is saying is just about having one God. Most of us do, whether we want to accept it or not, regardless of what name we call God by. We have a God. Some people call it the universe. Some people don't want to sound religious, so they say that they're spiritual. But when push comes to shove and they are feeling fragile and vulnerable, the first thing they say is, God help me. So we all acknowledge there is a God. God is just saying, just acknowledge me. I am the one true God. 2, thou shalt have no graven image, no false idols. And I was thinking about the arts. Are they graven images? Because he was talking about you mustn't imitate anything above the heavens or below the earth. And we have so many images and creations of Jesus and what they think God looks like and what they think the heavens look like and what they think the hell looks like. Are they graven images? Or do they only become graven images if we bow down and worship them? So it was just something that ran across my mind. Thou shalt not use the name of the Lord thy God in vain. It's sacrilege. And it's not, some people say it's narcissistic, for God to say nobody should use his name in vain. But have you ever thought about when people call you out of your name? When people use your name frivolously, or even if they misspell it, how you feel hurt and affronted by that. So this is no different. You can't just use God's name flippantly. Oh God, God help me. Oh Jesus Christ. Which is what people do. You wouldn't like your name used so frivolously. So this is just acknowledging that. It's just about having respect for the individual, the same way as you want people to respect you. Thou shalt not use, I've already said that. Observe the Sabbath day and keep it holy. This is about looking after yourself. You work 6 days a week, some of you work 7 days a week, but at least cumulatively find 7 hours for yourself to rest, or even 24 hours over the week. But you have to set aside some time so you can rejuvenate, heal, grow. With what you do on the Sabbath day is your business, but it should be really used as a moment to reflect and care for yourself so you can rejuvenate. Honour your mother and father that your days might be long. Yes, some parents are not the best parents, and we think, why should we honour and respect them? Look how they've treated me. They abandoned me. They abused me. They neglected me. But if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be born. You wouldn't be here. And yes, you might be here in a broken form, but you can change that. You can become whoever you want to become, despite how they treated you when you were young. Some people, they carry that burden and they resent their parents so that they never grow, they never get out of that cycle. But you can break that generational cycle of neglect and abuse by becoming who you want to be. So honour your mother and your father, because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here. Thou shalt not murder. This is obvious. But do you notice the way that they're perpetuating murder on the TV screens, in the film industry? Every day, this violence is perpetuated. Murder is perpetuated. And there was a boy locally who stabbed someone else, and he said that he used to watch films and he thought that that person was going to come back to life. And I often wondered what young people thought when they see people getting murdered in movies and then they see them in another film. Do they really believe that that is the end of that person's life? Do they really believe that they are ending someone's life? So I do not believe TV programs should perpetuate violence and murder. And now that period that they're supposed to have for children is gone. I mean, they're showing murder during the day. Thou shalt not commit adultery. This is about being unfaithful. This is about being untrustworthy. This is about coveting somebody else's woman or man or partner. Just don't do it. Be satisfied with your choice. And it's not even only that. When you think about adultery, you can bring home infections if you don't protect yourself. You can have unplanned children if you don't protect yourself. And some of these people who go and have affairs don't even think about protecting themselves. They don't think about the partner they have at home. And they go and have unprotected sex and the consequences of that. So this commandment is about responsibility, having a degree of responsibility about your life and your life choices. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not take what is not yours. This is obvious, but people still do. Out of greed, out of desperation, out of what they feel is necessity, they steal. They want something for nothing. And some people, yes, we know, some people, they can't afford it. They're totally poor and they're driven to stealing. But nonetheless, there is a commandment, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbour. Thou shalt not lie. People are constantly lying about people. And it might not even just be lying. It's about embellishing the truth. It's about exaggerating the truth. It's about knowing something about someone, but then adding to it or taking away from it so that it's not facts anymore. And do you notice when stories get passed on, everything is changed depending on the individual's perception and the way that they've interpreted the information they receive, until once it reaches the end, it's a total fabrication of what actually happened. So when you're talking about people, make sure it's evidenced and it's factual. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's goods. And this is the biggest one for me, because when people covet, it causes them to break all of the other commandments, lusting after what is not yours, what they call in Jamaica red eye. You know, wanting what other people have, always comparing yourself to other people, always wanting more, never satisfied. That's what causes people to take people's wives or husbands, or just call them spouses. It causes people to steal. It causes people to forget God and negate God. It causes people to not honour their parents. Coveting is the reason why people break all the other commandments. So these are the 10 commandments from my point of view, and why they're important for us to follow, even in today's time, and try not to allow the Bible to become outdated for you. It is still very relevant. I am the Biblical Translator.